a special occasion. It is really a special occasion. The Gold Coast City Council have been astronomical in helping get to this stage. Cemetery operations, the sexton, the brewers, the buyers, all have worked with me and the Chevra Kadisha and the rabbi and all the other associations, but particularly the council, because after all this is council ground, you can't do anything without their approval.
And that's how it's been from the start.
Okay.
No?
President Robbie Ventura had a dental appointment, she's gone. Barry Dredge, my tree mentor, it's a special mention because I've pestered him for so long to get 14 trees exactly the same size. I've got to say, I mentioned you in dispatches, Barry.
Well done. Well done, Barry.
Now, just to give you in mind the timeline, 12th of January, previous to that we had a conference here in November last year to be able to get things organised, and I was so very happy that, hey, I had a good team on side, that it looked like the project was going to be a goer. The 12th of January was the big rains, as everybody remembered. This place was flooded down here, and as you know, one of these guys that was here today was the guru behind the adoption of whether this place can be drained better than what it is. And he said, not this financial year, but next financial year, we're going to have a really close look at it.
That's Derek?
Because,
That's Derek?
Derek?
That's the fellow that was here from the account? Darren, yeah?
Darren.
Okay.
So they took all the old trees away, and I told them to be careful about the consecration pot over there, which comes out at quite a few years ago that it was put down there. I've got to tell you this, that it was so good that I lost a piece of paper. Hang on to this bit. I haven't got a pocket. Okay, here we go. This cemetery was consecrated on the 25th of June, 86. Now when you look around, 86, this is nearly 31 years. 31? 30?
29.
29. You know, there's an enormous amount of Jewish people buried here. First interment was the 17th of August. It was my namesake, Goldstein, over there in the corner. A lovely gentleman. And so it didn't take a couple of months, and all of a sudden it was being used. Special mention to Judah, my Mashugana, which means crazy man in everyone's day's language, who took on board the fact of trying to get rules and regulations and organisation and adoption of policies and everything that needed to be done. We did, particularly Judah did. I was only the gun runner. When we joined the two sections up, which is the Liberal section and the Orthodox section, that was a blessing in disguise, because there was a big road down the middle there, and that was thanks to Dennis Try and his sword of difference. Now, the trees are cypresses, sempervirens, Nietzsche's needle, similar to those that are up there on the high air, not these ones here.
Oh, okay.
So Nietzsche's needle is a tall, thin pine. There's many varieties of them.
Okay. Which are the ones that are mentioned in the Bible?
Could be.
Which of them are?
I don't know, all of them are.
I thought the fig tree.
All of them are creation, you know.
Cypress gets a special
Now the
mention.
philosophy in behind the numbers is important. 14 trees, 7 in the north, 7 in the south. To me, it represents when Joseph was called to interpret the Pharaoh's dream of the 7 fat cows and the 7 lean cows eating the fat cows. He was created a high standing in the Egyptian palace, which was a proud moment for Jewish the Jewish religion. This is to beautify the place where those recipients can't say thank you. But it's to beautify the place so more people can come along and visit their interned ones. A gift from it to the total Jewish community of the Gold Coast and the wider Gold Coast community. Because after all, this is the old cemetery and people will be coming here in hundreds of years' time to be able to see the beautiful parts of it. These trees will grow, I think, 200 years. So I'm very pleased with that, and I'm very pleased that you've come, and I'm very pleased to be able to do it with my wife's memory. So that stone setting will be later in the year, but I'll ask the rabbi to say a little prayer.
I thought that firstly we have to congratulate John for the foresight, for the vision. He's one of the founding fathers of the cemetery, together with Judah and others who laid the groundwork. There's no bigger mitzvah. We know Chevra Kadisha means a holy society, because the work that goes into upkeep of a Jewish cemetery is a holy work. It's called Chesed Shelemet. It's called kindness, compassion of truth, because when you do someone a favor, there's always that thought in the back of your mind that if I've done him a favor, he'll be able to do me a favor in return. But the kindness and compassion that we extend for those who passed away is a one-way street, because we don't expect anything in return. The person passed away. It's a true form of kindness and compassion. And therefore, in our Torah, there's no greater mitzvah, there's no greater deed than doing something for a Jewish cemetery. People have always hoped and wished and prayed that they were born Jewish and they will be laid to rest as a Jewish, in a Jewish tradition. And I think our cemetery, from the very inception, has shown what an exemplary cemetery this is for all those who come and visit from interstate, from overseas, and they see that everything is in a dignified fashion. It's a uniformed fashion. It's done in the most utmost sensitivity and compassion to all who are interred here. So, John, this is your mitzvah, together with Judah and anyone associated with this project, that God should bless you. And there's no greater nachas and joy and pleasure that I'm sure Pam is now shepping nachas in heaven from the wonderful work that you have done. I don't want to say this is closing a circle, because you've always been associated with the Chevra Kadisha in one way or another, whether it's advice, whether it's experience, whether it's giving us the insights that we need to know about the history of the cemetery. I want to conclude with a prayer after wishing you long life, together with Michael, who is here, and the entire family. I thought it would be most appropriate to recite Psalm 23 that you all are aware of, the Lord is my shepherd, but particularly because he talks about that God makes me lie down in green pastures. And I think when you look at the cemetery, you can't say this about any other cemetery like ours. The green pastures, the valley, the beauty that extends in this cemetery. Maybe we don't have the valley, but we have the green pastures and the beauty that this cemetery has. So we hope and pray that all those who are interred should also witness the coming of Mashiach, the resurrection of those who passed away, that we are going to be reunited with our loved ones. Please God, this should happen speedily in our days. A Psalm of David, the Lord is my shepherd, I shall not want. He makes me to lie down in green pastures. He leads me beside tranquil waters. He restores my soul. He leads me in the path of righteousness for his name's sake. Yea, though I walk through the valley of the shadow of death, I will fear no evil, for you are with me. Your rod and your staff, they comfort me. You prepare a table before me in the presence of my enemies. You anointed my head with oil. My cup runs over. Surely goodness and mercy shall follow me all the days of my life, and I should dwell in the house of the Lord forevermore. מזמור לדוד אדוני הרואי לא יחסר בי נזלש ירביצני על מי מנוחס ינעלי נפשי ישב וינחני מעגל הצדק למען שמוי גם גילך בגיא צל מוות לא ידע כי אתה עמדי שבטך משענתך המה ינחמוני תערוך לפני שולחן נגד סודדי דשנת ושמן ראשי כוי סירבי אך טוב וחסד גפוני כל ימי חיי ושבתי בבית אדוני ליורך ימים.